I'm not really finding anything like that. I mean, really, I think our best chance at winning is being perfect and Clemson making mistakes. And
I think the best thing they could do is really take the onus off of them of diagnosing and just let them run. Rather than saying, hey, Zach, step back and look at the play, kind of be a general on the field, and really control this defense, look at the hole, see where you need to be, so on and so forth. I think that's asking too much of the linebackers we have right now. Let those guys blitz. If you need to, run more plays where you have one linebacker on the field. Maybe run more dime offenses. Put 2 strikers in there, guys that are a little bit better at being more athletic. They have more room for error because of their athleticism. They can make more plays in the passing game. And all you're really going to ask those linebackers to do is to either do a run blitz, do a pass blitz, things where they have to think less. If you can allow them to think less, kind of like what we see with the offense, where these wide receivers, they don't have to think as much. The running backs don't have to think as much. They just play. The same goes for players on defense. If these linebackers can just rush and get after the ball and just go after the ball carrier rather than having to think 2 or 3 steps ahead, I think that will help us. You have Gil, you have Keon, you even to an extent, Jalen Harrell, he may be too young to even be playing in this game, but you have to find a way to get faster guys in the field, because if you're not going to have enough guys that are smart enough or have the football IQ to figure out the play, at least give them athleticism so they can make up for their mistakes.
Yeah, I'm worried. I'm not worried about this Canes defense, because I just don't worry about a Manny Diaz defense, but I am worried about shutting down Travis Etienne. Would you say the biggest key in the game is shutting down Trevor Lawrence or shutting down Etienne?
Honestly, I think it's shutting down Etienne. I was watching that LSU Clemson game over and over again, and a lot of times we talk about how well LSU's offense did against the Clemson defense. But what we miss is how well that LSU defense did against the playmakers that Clemson has. They did a great job of kind of not eliminating Etienne, because he is a step down from Dalvin Cook, which means he's still going to get some of his plays off regardless. But they did a good job of limiting what Clemson could do play calling wise. They forced them into a situation where they had to attack downfield because of their offense and because of how well they were doing, kind of protecting the edges and forcing Lawrence into certain passing positions. If we can do the same thing where we kind of control their running offense, we can force Trevor Lawrence into situations where he's not comfortable. And I don't know if you guys know this, but he was under 50% passing in that game. He only completed 13 passes out of 28, which by far is his worst game as a college athlete. So we need to find a way to take away his safety valve in ETN and force him to pass where we want him to pass. I mean, it's a lot to do because he's the best quarterback in college football. But with the defensive ends we have the best defensive end room in the country. With the play calling that we have, if we can cause the havoc that we can, we're the number one havoc team in the past 3 years. We do that, we have a great chance of getting him off the block.
Yeah, man, Would you say this is the biggest game for Miami? Let me first ask you this: Is this a bigger game than the Notre Dame game a few years ago?
It's bigger in the sense of what it means for the program. The Notre Dame game was big because we just wanted revenge. That was an emotional game. We wanted to kick their ass. Excuse my language on the pod. We wanted to beat them down for the last time we lost to them. The last 2 times we lost to them, and they're part of the country. And so when they came down to Miami, we wanted to lay the lumber. That was all emotion. This is about the program. This is about where we stand. How do we stack up with the top of college football's elites? I think if I'm an Ed Reed, I do my best to kind of downplay that, tell them just to go out there and play ball, because the game is so big. If they think too much about the legacies and all that stuff and what they need to live up to, then they're gonna fail. If Ed Reed can do well with Manny Diaz, tell them to play this game, play each play as hard as you can until the next one. Keep them humble. Keep them focused on one play at a time. They'll be excellent. They'll have a great game. But I think how big this game is for the program, it means a lot. It means everything. Recruiting.
It literally
everything.
It means everything. And the thing is, we don't even have to win to make a bold statement. And I know that's crazy to sound, but if we do, it's going to mean a hell of a lot more if we lose 31-27 compared to if we lose, if we lay another egg like we did in Charlotte against them a few years ago and we lost 38-3. So I trust the Canes look like they belong there. I want the Canes to look like they're a team that belongs in the top 10 when the season ends. So, Steph, our last question for you, man. We need a score prediction.
Oh, man. So, I've laid it down.
I don't want to put pressure on you, Steph, but our last guest predicted a win.
I'm with him. I'm 100% with him. I do think the Canes win. I put it down on paper. I said 40-30. I think Miami gets 4 touchdowns, 4 field goals. I think we do a good job of forcing Clemson into situations they don't like to be in, passing more from behind. We jump out early. We keep that lead. And I'm not going to say shock the world because we're that good, but we're going to take our stand in ACC.
Jeez. You guys are crazy. You guys are wild.
I'm ready to start drinking.
Man, I'm already there, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, Marsh, what's your prediction, man? We've given a few predictions, across the last 2 weeks, but this is our.
You know what? I'm fired up. I'm saying Miami 31, Clemson 27.
Let's go.
I'm there, man. Let's buckle up the chin straps. Let's hit a motherfucker in the face.
Let's go. Yes.
I am ready. All right, Jordan, let's hear it.
Well, you guys put me on the spot now. I don't want to be the only one on this show to predict a loss, especially after you're fired up.
I'm fired up, dude. I'm ready to I'm ready to pop a top and go all night, and I'm ready to go.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm predicting 42-34 for Clemson. So. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my.
I just, dude, that's how I am. Like, if I predict a win, I'm gonna expect a win, and like that's not fair to our guys, Because that's why it's so fired up after the UAB game, because I predicted 9-2, and then we watched them play that, and then I come back, I'm like, that's not 9-2 football. Like, what are these guys doing?
Oh man, hey, you know what? I equated this game to the 1983 championship game against Nebraska, and Coach Snellenberger, when he was asked if they would win against Nebraska, he says, "I always think we're going to win." Yep. And I mean, I think we're back to that Miami team. We should always expect them to win. I get it. The Canes of the past 19 years have broken our hearts every single year, but I think we're back. We got to expect that victory, man.
All right, I'm ready, man. I'm excited. I'm invigorated. I feel like I just got a shot of B12.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. All right, Steph. Thank you so much for coming on the show, brother. You are welcome on anytime. Hope you and the family are doing good.
Always a pleasure, man. Hope you guys are doing great. Go Canes.
Go Canes, man. All right. I don't know what just got into me. I don't know.
Well, I wish it got into me too. I don't know, man. I just can't do it. But
we'll see, man. We'll see.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom. I mean, now I have to get my freaking Gleyber Torres jersey on. It's Game 5 for the Yankees, and it's a big weekend of sports for Marsh. So.
Yep. Yeah, man. You got the Yankees, you got the Heat, you got the Canes.
God, Heat.
Yeah, dude, I've had so many Heat fans in my mentions. I'm almost excited for the Lakers to wrap things up today.
Oh, go to hell.
Okay. I was cheering for the Heat until so many people got nasty with my NBA takes. And I'm fine. I hope you guys lose in 5.
They're nasty. Okay, I mean, if the thing is the Heat, we may lose the series, but we have already won.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is before the conference finals started, I said that the Heat. You and I both said on this podcast the Heat will win in 6 games against Boston, and then I also said that the Lakers would win the finals in 10 games, and so that's including conference finals and finals. And if they win tonight, then I hit on both those predictions. So I'm pretty happy with that.
All right. Well, is there anything else we got to get to?
No, man.
Good show.
Yeah. Let's go Canes. And, man, I'm scared, nervous about tomorrow. I don't know what to think. So hopefully we just show up and we look good, and recruits will buy into what Manny's doing, and hopefully we never have a thing again like the 2018 season where we have such high expectations and just crap our pants in front of the whole school. So. Yep.
Yeah, that would suck. Okay. All right. We will talk to you guys on Sunday for the reaction show. Hopefully it's good. Maybe it's bad. It may be bad. It may be horrible. But it could be legendary.
It might be a Saturday night show depending on what happens.
Oh, yeah. You might hear a stuttering and slumbering Marsh at that point.
Yeah. Well, I hope so.
All righty. Thank you to our guests. I loved this show. So go great. Canes, baby.
Go Canes.
This has been the Fours Up Podcast. Remember to like,